give a fuck, but I still be gone. Hold up, I'm in my lap, cover my palms. They got an eel on my aim, on point. Shoot a neck like give me pain in my joint.
We delve into the dark world of NBA YoungBoy, one of hip-hop's most controversial figures, as we explore the fascinating chronicles of the enemies he met along his turbulent journey. An epic tale of unrelenting feuds and a spirit of defiance that would not be broken. Witness the dark side of fame, power, and the endless battles that shaped a rap legend's destiny, leaving behind a trail shattered by rivalries and unspoken secrets. Scotty Cain. This video will discuss the enemies of NBA YoungBoy. We'll tell you about the horrible conflicts that this rapper has had. Scotty Cain and I had beef when the NBA first became famous worldwide. The two men were initially friends who worked on music together. Later, they got into a fight. Scotty's beef with YoungBoy is said to have been caused by the latter sneak dissecting the latter on this album. The guys then began to sing songs. Well, they were making diss songs basically for each other. Scotty Cain, later interviewed about the events of that happened that night and their disagreements, told Scotty's side what had happened. Please support the video by leaving a like and a comment below. Remember to subscribe. I think I got through the night because I had to leave for my city. Another enemy of a young boy, Pablo El Choppa, later said, NBA wept in front of Scotty. When they raised the gun, it was possible to pull 3 guns in her direction. She was crying, "Boy, Chapo saved you." "Keep my name in mind," says the boy. "It's meant for YoungBoy." The NBA started to make fun of Scotty after his chain was stolen.
I ain't talking about them chain. I didn't been stupid. Oh, you bullshit.
G Money. On September 10th, 2017, oh, this fateful day, Baton Rouge rapper G Money sat in the studio at 1:30 a.m. on the 1900 block of Dallas Drive, Baton Rouge.
I love my city, but it's filled with hate. I got niggas on my trail, but I got Texas rental place. Never ran, never fold, nigga. Take my own fate.
He died just 2 days after starting his feud with NBA YoungBoy. Before NBA YoungBoy became popular, rapper NBA YoungBoy was friends with G Money. G Money was thrown out of the way after YoungBoy's fame in 2017. G Money became a rapper and thought that it was fair to make fun of NBA YoungBoy. G Money was unaware of this at the time. Crazy and deadly things that a young NBA boy could do. G Money then went to the NBA YoungBoy's sister, with whom this NBA young man had a relationship. G Money was horrified when NBA YoungBoy heard about it. A young NBA boy began to threaten G Money on Instagram. G Money was not scared by these threats. He was interviewed on, say, Cheese TV when he spoke more about NBA YoungBoy and how fame hasn't changed him. He also meant his sister. He wasn't tripping on it back then. Though, you know, that seems like it is like calling me like a big brother. He's probably a fan of theirs, but it feels like he is just now. The NBA YoungBoy couldn't take the insults that G Money was bringing to his name anymore. So he decided to do something in silence for him, for good. G Money died a few days after G Money gave his interview, and threats were made on social media. NBA YoungBoy's name was in all the headlines about G Money's death, and it wasn't too far off. NBA YoungBoy, his Never Broke Again group, and the main suspects are those who were involved in G Money's death. 3 days later, on September 13, 2017, the police had a man from the NBA YoungBoy's group on their tail.
Me in my sleep and hear something go boom, boom, boom. Fat, go open the door. Tell me why when my baby mama opened the door. I don't know what she told my baby mama, but my baby mama like this, something like this to open the door more.
NBA YoungBoy gained respect and fear from rappers after he was arrested and charged for the G Money. They reconciled after a time. G Money used to be YoungBoy's mentor, but he left his TBG gang and started his own NBA brand. The relationship between them only grew tense after he left. In 2016, the TBG gang killed YoungBoy's homie Boozilla, who had a beef with them. Once revenge was gained, he never broke his promise not to do so again. He and his gang tracked down the individuals responsible for Boozilla's murder. The shooting occurred in the 2000 block of Kentucky St. A person was shot but survived. The court ruled that the defendant would be on probation for 10 years and must serve 3 years of active probation. When he was released from prison, the conflict gained momentum. He was murdered 10 days after leaving the studio. NBA Lil Pop is the main suspect. He denies involvement in G Money's death. However, he did say that if anyone from the gang were going to shoot him, it would be himself. Police discovered as the investigation continued that his phone records did not contradict his alibi, that he had been in Baton Rouge on the night of the murder. He claimed he fled the city to protect his family before the discovery. NBA Lil Pop could face life in prison if convicted. This young boy released the song Poor One, dedicated to a former friend. Desmond Hardnett, a 29-year-old young homie, was murdered after a few minutes. He died sitting in a car with a girl who had also been shot but survived. Fredo Bang. Fredo Bang, who had been in prison for a long time, suddenly reappears. They have beef. The mother of the boy goes on live and says that Fredo, his sidekick, Boulevard, and their beef is over. Quick and his sidekick Boulevard can both go straight to hell. The latter says that the woman shouldn't get involved. He is killed after these words. A young boy was targeted in March of 2019. The rapper and his crew were fired upon when they retaliated by firing their rounds, killing a man leaving the office and grazing a 5-year-old bystander. After being detained, it was revealed that no one on the NBA YoungBoys team will be charged with the shooting as they retaliated in self-defense. NBA announced in August of 2020 that he would be releasing a new album on September 11, to which Fredo contributed Guess Me and my song Dropping Together. You're bombing, you scumbag. Go, dick, your brothers are all frightened. You're huge. You're not a competitor. Stop writing to me. For my hope, you aren't a killer. You won't like me. You're always writing to me. You are. I've got double. You won't get double back by me. We'll try to fuck. You look big. Someone go and help your little brother, bro. He's an angry dog. He was angry when he talked about dead patterns, and I am this part talking about Fat Boy's extra large coffin. Did you hear me? Professor 9 stomp on his dead ass? I'm my dad. I said that I'm more than what you think. Wrong. Fredo later said that everything was fine and wished him luck. However, the peace pact lasted only a short time. Fredo was addressed in these lines by YoungBoy when he released Bring the Hook. Yeah, Miami. Yeah, Miami, and he's hiding from his murder game. Fredo's reaction was immediate. He warned the boy to be cautious. King Von. King Von is next in line. In the future, this young boy will be in a fight with anyone and everyone. King Von went live in 2018 to discuss his music. Talking about that song, bro. What's the matter with you? This one. Hear him. He ain't like that here on this year's. YoungBoy was probably aware of Von's comments but did not say anything. After 2 years, nothing happened until rumors started to spread that King Von had been dating Jania, the ex-girlfriend of a young boy. In 2020, yes, 2020, which is not that far from now, NBA YoungBoy became involved in another similarly incident when Chicago rapper King Von got shot after mentioning NBA YoungBoy during an interview with DJ Academic's King Vine shooting. King Von, a Chicago rapper and notorious gangster, was shot on November 6, 2020. In Atlanta's Monaco Hookah Lounge, King Von, 4K Trey, and Never Broke Again gang were involved in the brawl outside the club that night before his death. Quando Rondo, Low Trim, and their crews at NBA YoungBoy Associates who got into a fight. Quando said that he had been napping when King Von attacked him and his crew members. King Von was shot. His gunshot injuries killed King Von. Reports claimed that after his death, King Von's crew and his guy attacked Quando Rondo because he had a relationship with NBA YoungBoy. And Von and YoungBoy weren't the best of buddies. The situation was complicated because King Von revealed in an interview the day before he died that he did not have beef with NBA Young. It is unclear why King Vines got into a fight after claiming to be cool with NBA YoungBoy Associates. Lil Tim was charged with the death of King Vine despite being associated with NBA YoungBoy. Rappers began to avoid him when they learned that the young NBA boy's name had been linked with the death of King Vine. Many rappers avoided him because they feared his anger and aggression, while others did so out of loyalty to Lil Durk, King Vine's associate. Rappers were scared by an NBA YoungBoy because he was involved in 2 fatalities. The young NBA boy was not only involved in these crazy and frightening things, he was also involved in gang reprisals that resulted in the deaths of several people. Rappers have learned so much to avoid trouble with NBA boys because they were involved in the Mother's Day 2019 tragedy. 21 Savage. He and 21 Savage were only on friendly terms and supported the Creative Journeys Club at its inception. Savage appeared on the DJ Academics podcast in 2021 and explained why no one wanted to record with the NBA. Quando and a lot of dirt, a lot of them ain't gonna be young boys. Shit, because they were dirt. DJ Academics then asked NBA if he listens to 21 Savage. A young boy broke into the Savage's clubhouse a day after DJ Academics gave his blunt response. Many fans attributed these lyrics to 21 Savage based on his comments about people not wanting to speak with him due to the disrespect for Lil Durk. Lil Durk. Let's discuss the beef since we are already discussing Lil Durk. At one point they were friends. Last year, internet users stated that Durk might have taken the jab against YoungBoy in his first video running with Lil Baby featuring Meek Mill The Line. It was for the late rapper FBG Duck. FBG Duck, a rapper from Chicago's Windy City's Gold Coast area, was fatally shot in August 2020 while shopping on Michigan Ave. The Duck was hit by gunfire when several people bummed out and jumped out of their cars, and he has started shooting at people on the street in the high-end shopping area. Duck disputed with King Von, Durk's close friend, and signed to Durk Yoss's family label. Von, a close friend of Durk's and signed to the family record label, claimed in September of 2020 that they had not mended their fences. In a few lines, he said this about Quando Rondo. Durk may refer to Quando's recent interview with radio personality Angela Yee. Conversation, he talked about the night King Von was killed while riding in a Rolls Royce. It could have been something to do with their close friendship that made Lil Turkin upset about being a boy and claiming he was beef. Quando Rondo, one of the key participants in King Von's death, is most likely to blame. After YB's song, everything escalated further. Bring the hook to these lines that are dedicated to King Von. Lil Durk replied on Instagram with a writing, "You can only claim something if you do it. You still bitch." Durk must also respond, and not just with Instagram posts. In February, he released a song called Aha, in which he repeatedly mentioned his former friend and opponent. As we all know, King Von had a relationship with Jania, YB's ex-girlfriend. He also warns his opponent to not mess around with him. The song I Hate YoungBoy was released on the same day as the video. Most likely the boys were dissing Lil Durk's father, Big Durk. He was released from prison on February 12, 2019. Lil Durk served a life sentence of A2 without parole. He said his baby mama was richer than the entire gang. He also mentioned King Von, who died in 1998. NLE Choppa. NLE Choppa has been in the spotlight since 2019. Choppa is angry with fans who compare him to a boy. Instagram users said he wanted to be like YB. This, of course, infuriated the rapper. NLE Choppa composed a song in support of YoungBoy when he was in prison. He said that at the end of 2019, he had not spoken to him, and he could not answer why. He then has a second altercation, this time physical, with an NBA fan. NBA released a song, No Like I Know, where he referred to this interview. Angela Potts, NLE's mother, is also mentioned. You can probably understand his words because she is her son's manager. Her business would plummet if her child died. He then spoke again about the conflict at DJ Academics. "I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be right on this one. The only reason I hate this is because he was so blunt. No one ever said that he wasn't because he did this." Lil Baby. Academics, the good old DJ, told how the NBA refused to work with the Lil Baby without any apparent reason. In March of 2021, YB informed Academics that he could not feature with Lil Baby. Their beef at the time was pretty shady. Then Lil Baby released a joint CD with Lil Durk and everything came together. YB said that he didn't like Lil Baby's songs, and then in the same song he added, "I don't like young boys." Gucci Mane. The differences were first evident during Kodak's imprisonment. Kodak and YoungBoy never broke again, will fight in 2020 after the Florida native accuses a 38-year-old star of Baby 2 of cooperating during the arrest of Yaya. Gucci later wrote freedom to Kodak on Instagram. This could have been addressed to a boy. Kodak had the same issue with Lil Baby when he accused YB of working with the feds. Gucci Mane released publicly stunts a few weeks later. On the track, It makes no sense. As a legendary rapper remembers, YB claimed he was feeling like Gucci. Did you feel like Gucci Mane in 2006? Kodak Black. Kodak, as mentioned above, accused boys of snitching when Yaya was arrested. Ayanna Mayweather, Floyd Mayweather's daughter, was arrested on charges of felony, aggravated assassination after she allegedly stabbed and became a baby mama to the boy. NBA did not take kindly to Kodak, saying, "I can damage the poke in my face. I had never paid any attention to anyone, not even my mother. He spoke to me from prison. Why do you even bother to watch me? You're supposed to be a gangster, but you're a scumbag for watching me in jail." This is going to say that I worked with the police. Kodak responded by saying that the NBA wanted to just be like him. He posts video in which YB mimics his hand crumbles and cymbals, sound flow, and dance moves. Now that's pretty much copying, and that's nothing more than just copying. It's plagiarism. And if there is plagiarism, that's bad. And you're watching it happen, and you're not doing anything about it. NBA replies by posting Kodak with his exposed and declares himself the beef winner. I mean, someone who declares himself as the winner in a fight instead of someone else doing it, it shows how humble they really are, so you shouldn't really mess with them, or how delusional they can be, so it's kind of messed up to even think about it. But oh, what do I know, right? Their conflicts eventually subsided, and YoungBoy expressed his support when he was sent to prison. I mean, if you're supporting somebody when you're in prison, kind of shows that you don't really care, you don't really support them, it's just how things work. You're in prison and you have nothing else to do, so you're going to start showing support. Ha! Saw it coming. And those are the enemies of NBA YoungBoy. He's made a lot of enemies, at least 10 of them, even more, but this was it for this list. Like the video if you enjoyed it, comment down who you think is the biggest enemy for NBA YoungBoy, and share with your friends. And also subscribe to the channel for more interesting content like this. Who else would you like to see have their enemies or friends listed? Let me know in the comments below. Ciao.